Okay, let's start this today's session. Okay, with monitoring a system. Let's suppose if I want to monitor Windows PC, Windows OS. What are the parameters that we should monitor? First one is disk space. This is the disk space we should monitor. This is called hard disk. I want, and then we need to monitor RAM, how much memory utilized. You need to go to task manager. Here right click and then task manager. Yeah, you see performance. In the performance, what is the how much memory utilized? This is RAM. Okay, here 1.63 GB memory already utilized. This system is 2 GB RAM. And then which application utilizes how much memory? If you click processes, okay, this is the processor name, and then who run this process, how much memory it is utilizing. Okay, right now Chrome is utilizing high memory than other applications. You see VirtualBox exe it utilizing only 8 8 MB. Okay, this is K 1024 KB equal to 1 MB. Okay, like that. VirtualBox utilizing 9 KB, 8 KB. Okay, whereas the Chrome utilizing so much memory consuming. Like that, all those things. Okay, if I feel this Chrome is not our application, I don't know why it is running. Okay, you see the Chrome is here, then you go click and then end task. That means killing the stopping the process, the stopping this stopping this process. Okay, if you stop here, it will stop also here. Alternative performance will get increase. Okay, let's see how these things can do in Linux system. Okay. Okay, telnet. Telnet is nothing but visibility. Okay, whether I from Windows to Unix, do I have access? Okay, do I have access? Then you can check with the telnet and IP. Through telnet, we can check with IP and port, whereas ping we can check only IP. Okay, let's see how this telnet works. This telnet ping works in on all the operating systems, not only Linux, Ubuntu, Windows, everywhere. Let me run on Windows. Okay, check. Let's find out the IP of the Ubuntu. Okay, ifconfig. Here IP is inet. You see inet here. This line. Okay, 10.0.2.15. Okay, let's see this. Yeah, you see inet here, na? I just kept here. This is inet, or else you can be like this. You see, this is inet 10.0.2.5. Okay, ping 10.0.15. You see, request connection timeout. That means this PC is not unable to connect this one. Okay, let's try IP config here to here any. Okay, here IPv4 address. This is the IP of this system. Okay, we'll try 192.168.43.113 here. You can check. I'm just adding this one, ping 192.43.1. Yeah, this is accessing. Okay. From this PC, I am able to access my Windows system. This from Ubuntu to Windows, I am able to access. If access is not there, it will be like this, connection timeout. Let's try in a different IP like this. It will get the connection timeout. Host on destination host unreachable. You see the exception. To come out this, you need to press Control C. Okay. Okay. Using Telnet also you can check not only ping, but Telnet software should be installed. It should come something like this. Telnet with port. Some other any port you can give. You want to test. It will come out something. Okay. If it is showing like this means this Telnet looks not working. Okay. If you give valid IP and port, it should work. Let's see. 113 try. Unable to connect the remote host. Connection refused. You see, connection refused. That means something connection is there, but we cannot connect like this. If I if I don't get any kind of such kind of output means that host unreachable. We can come after 15-20 minutes. We will get the output. The output host destination host not reachable. Something like that. Okay. Right now we don't have that much time to monitor this. Okay, I am doing Control C. Okay, next one. Ping also works. Telnet also we can check that IP that remote host is active or accessible, something like that. Okay. Host name. Host name means system name. I can host name. System name. It should come here. Windows. Where can we see host name? My computer. Right click. You can go to properties. Here see computer name. This is called host name. Okay. Yeah, in Windows also you can try host name whether it comes or not. You see Jeswita PC. Okay. Here also host name. Host name username will be different. Okay. Host name is Jeswita PC. Username will be Jeswita. I don't know who my works are here. Yeah, it is giving different. Yeah. Username is different. Username is Jeswita here. Here username, host name. I made it everything training. That's why we are getting the same name. Okay. Username will come only who if you press who am I, then only you will get the right username. Okay. If I go to now let's see host name. Host name is training only. You try username. Who is the user? Who am I? Who am I? Root. Okay. Okay. Now I want to check the disk space. Disk space. If you go to computer, this is the disk space. How much memory free? 17 GB is free. Here 1.2 GB free. Okay. I want to know how to check in Linux. df-h. Okay, in this you see file system, you can see similar kind of thing also here. Everywhere it should work. df-h. You see how much size, actual disk size, how much disk used, this is used, available, this much is available. Okay, this minus this equal to this one. How much percentage used? 65, 98 percentage. Okay, if it is 90%, 98% used this disk. Okay, mounted on this volume DEF. Here mount points are slash dev slash. Here these are all mount points. You see mount points here. Slash dev slash done all like this. CDEF like that. Okay. Okay. Now I am in this directory. I want to know how much uses this disk. Okay. Du hyphen h. Hyphen h means human readable format. It will show us KBs, MBs like that. Okay. In this current directory, all disks, disk space, this is the human readable format. Okay. If you do du, it will display like this. You see, who cannot understand what is the KBs or MBs or something like that. If you do hyphen h, human readable format, it will come KB, MB, GB like that. It will display. Okay. I want to know how many services are running. Okay. You need to do PS. In the Windows, how can you check services are running? If you go to processes, all these are processes or services. All these many services are running. I want to know how the same view. PS hyphen EAF. You will get all services are running. Okay. Yeah, you see who run the service. What is the process ID? Each service has a different process ID. And then PPID means parent process ID. Okay. Some this bash. This is the parent process for this PS. How can you identify? You see these two are similar. Okay. These two are similar. That's why this is the for this PS, this is parent process is this one like that. Okay. Okay. I want to grep one service. I want to know whether Java is running in this system or not. Grep Java. Okay. If you get single line, it think that we do, this means that the service is running or not. No. If we get single line, the service is not running. If we get more than one line, we can mention that the service is running. We'll see one by one. You can check the any bash or something. You see, we got two lines here. Okay. First one is the this service itself it is showing. Okay. Second one is the actual service. Okay. Who run this service? Root. Okay. This bash terminal run by root. Okay. Let's run our own service. Okay. Or else we can run the existing earlier program. You came to know. You see cat input.txt is present or not. Okay. You see cat script.sh. Okay, let me run this service. Okay, sh space script.sh. I'm running background. Okay, this process ID is, it will show if you run background, we will get the process ID immediately. Okay, grep script. Why it is not coming out here? Oh, till now we have run. Huh? Yeah, it is running. You should get a process ID 1085. You see 1085 here. It is treating as sh. Okay, let's try in this place. Okay, you will see actually cat greater than. You can write some data. Okay. Okay, this is small shell script. Okay. Okay, I'm running this shell script. I'm running background. Okay, it is displaying the process ID 1269. Yeah, you see this one. You see, you got two lines means this script process is running. In this script process, you see this is the actual script because you see 1269 is there in the top line. Okay, which script you are running? Sh space script.sh. Until the script is finished, how can we assume whether script is running or not? Okay, this is the only command to know whether a script is running. Once this command does not show, if this command shows single line, at that time script will be finished. Okay, as long as a script is showing double line, we can assume that script is running. Okay, okay, this is the user defined. It's already I have defined a script. I am running this process. Okay, I want to know how many services are running. You need to go to cat slash etc. These many services right now we are running in this Unix operating system. We see how many so many services are running. To run a operating system, we there will be hundreds of services. All these are services running. Okay, even I cannot. This is the command. You need to cat that services file. You will get. Okay. You see Git service is running. All these are services. Either in stop state or running state. Running state only you will see in ps-eaf. Stop state will be in idle state. That means whenever we wish we can run. Okay. Git, job, all services are there. Some services, you know how you need to start this some service. Service SSH status. Okay, something like that. Service. Now you see service cron status. This line. Service cron status. I am just checking cron job is running or not. You can see cron is active and running here. Okay. If it is stopped now, any service cron. If you want to stop, stop like that. You want to restart, restart. Only three options will be available. Start, stop, restart. Okay. You can do restart also. It will restart. Okay. This is called service. Service can the service and then system CTL does the same, but service works in Ubuntu and then system CTL works in Fedora or Linux some layer. Okay, different operating system uses like this, but both uses for same purpose. You see ps-af, you want to grep any process is running, you want to check PR stat. PR stat means process statistics. This is called process statistics. The same thing you will get here. PR stat. If it is not working here, there is another command. Top. Oh. Hmm. You see here. These are all commands means services. You see here. This is called command service. And then percentile CPU. How much CPU utilization, memory utilization. This is called memory utilization. Okay. Top will always show which process is running, more consuming more memory. By default, the top process ID root to this top command utilizing more memory here. Okay. Whereas here you can do top or something. How what it will come. Mhm. Okay. Forget about this. This is the actual top command. Okay. It looks similar to same like this. To come out this, you need to press Q. Okay. You can come. For anything to quit any command running, you need to press Q button to come out. Okay. Next is disk utilization df-h and then memory utilization free free-h. This is RAM utilization. How can you see RAM utilization in Windows? Performance. This is the memory, RAM memory utilization. This is CPU utilization. Okay. This is RAM. How can you we run this RAM in Linux? This is the free -h. This is total used free available. Okay, all this will be okay. Right now we are running some process. Let's see that yeah, this process is still running. Yeah, you see the script .sh is execution is done. Now I am running again once again. Now I want to check whether this is running or not. You see, you got two lines. That means script is running. I want to stop this script running execution. I want to stop this execution. Then you need to do kill. You need to go process ID. Here process ID is 1329. Correct? You see process ID 1329. You need to put 1329 terminated. You can check process is stopped. You can stop sometimes this process will not stop if you do kill also. What should you do? Forceful kill. Forceful kill means kill -9. There are options for the kill. If you want to kill the process forcefully, then you need to then oh, your process name is different. 1341 na? You can check what is the process ID. You see process ID is 1341 in this line, first line. 1341 is there. Okay. Kill -9. I want to kill forceful. Okay, killed. You can check single line it is there. Okay. Okay, you have already known this tail FNF. Okay. Next uptime. How long this system is running? I want to know when it was restarted or when it was started. Okay. 33 minutes. You see in this output 33 minutes it was started. Okay. Actually, in real-time production servers, start time, reboot time will be 1 year or 90 days or one month like that. Okay. You can get the which time the system got rebooted, started. Okay, like that. Okay. If you want to run a script in a in a particular time, then this cron tab will work. Cron tab can be useful. Okay. Okay. Cron tab. Okay. I think we'll discuss this cron tab in next session. Okay. This is somewhat important. We need to concentrate on the cron tab. Okay. Cron tab means scheduling a job, scheduling a script. I want to script this. I want to run script every minute. I want to run the script every day. I want to run the script every hour. I want to run the script once in a week, once in a year. Okay, there is a lot to learn in this cron tab. Okay, tomorrow, or else you can go to this web page. Let's see whether it is presenting or not. Yeah, this is the fields of for the contab. We'll have 5 stars, 5 options. In these 5 options, first option will be minute, second option will be hour, third option is day of month, fourth option is month field, fifth option is day of week. Okay, like this. Yeah, if you observe this one, 30 minute, 8 a.m., 10th day, 6th month, every day of the week. Forget about this, you better understand this. Okay, let's try this. Let's understand this one. Like this means every 30 first one is hour, minute, second, 30 minutes, every 30 minutes this whatever the script name, script.sh, every 30 minutes this script should run. No, every day 6:30 I want to run. If you would make 6 na, 6:30, 6 hour 30 minutes it this script should run. Okay, in the month I want to run at once. Star means every, all days. Okay, all star means all. If you mention this one, 6 means 6 hours, 30 means 30. If you keep star here, star or 0, star means it will run anytime, 6 to 7, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. between, it will run at any time. Okay, if you give mention, particularly mention 15 minutes, okay, 6 15 minutes this script should run. Okay, this day, which day it should run? Suppose 12, it should run on 12th day. Which month? January, February, March, April. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is every day of the week. I never used this one. Until this, we tried. Every day, this it will be star. Star means every day, 6:15. This script should run like this. Okay, if I want to give star, everything star means every minute this script should run. If you give 15, every 15 minutes the scripture should run. All these things should keep in cron tab. Okay, let's try one small example here. What do we do? I'm just doing some small script. Okay, in my script I have only single line. Okay, cat script script dot sh. I'm running the script. Okay, on my own. You see output. No, no, no. If you give date, it will print now. Sorry. Yeah. These are all backwards. I will tell you later. Okay. Press I for insert. Just delete backwards. Backwards. Okay. See output. Output is went into output.txt. This first line it is showing now. Cat out. Yeah. Now I'll make this as a cron entry. We need to, we'll see. For cron editing and then doing everything same like VI editor. Okay. For for adding a cron job entry, you need to do cron tab hyphen edit. Okay. You need to give star. You see no cron tab for root. Okay. Let's do in some other user. Let's do changing the permission of the file. Okay, ideally root does not have cron job. Okay, I am switching to my normal training user. I see script.sh. You okay? It is there. You guys can check. Okay. Okay, let's edit this file. Okay, let's see whether it runs every minute. Okay, you need to run background. I am putting under. Okay, you need to save and exit. You need to do escape semicolon WQ. Here there are some other options will be there. You see, you see W here in this place. Write out. Okay, shift cap O. escape, safety cap. Something is happening in this. Okay, but there is some different language. It is there. Very tough to find out this. Press escape. Okay, ma. We'll discuss this thing tomorrow. Okay. Let's stop this today's session.